Juliet as based on my ordination into ministry. I'm actually Ni Obu. I grew up in a very unique polygamous home. My father was a diplomat, but he chose polygamy. And sometimes I asked him why he chose polygamy. He said, oh, they needed a lot of children in my clan and all that. So I grew up with a fractured home in the sense of what polygamy is from the point of women, but my dad was a unifier. He believed that all of us were equal, male and female. So I think that was my beginning of my own freedom and liberty, that I had a dad who believed in me, believed in us as females. And I remember growing up when we were in school, my uncles would be telling my dad, why are you spending money on the girl child? After all, they're going to get married. And my father replied and said, let them be better wives. You know, in a very diplomatic matter, based on his training. And so I grew up with that level of understanding, yet I didn't really have confidence because my mom is a Benin princess from the royal house of the Benin kingdom, and she married my dad not as the first wife, as one of the wives. I think I'm in the 11th child or something like that. We had more girls than boys, and later a lot of boys. And so my mom stayed, but she couldn't cope. She had her own issues, and I grew up with my dad. So I was taken away and I grew up with my dad. So, and I didn't even see my mom till I was about 13 or so. I mean, anybody could have been my mom at that time. I didn't know who. But my dad loved me, though we had issues, rancors within the wives and within the children. And I grew up with a very low self-esteem. Having my mom not being there, and I was told I was not beautiful. I was maligned, but I was intelligent. As a girl child, I was highly intelligent, an unusual intelligence at that time. I didn't see it as intelligence. I just thought it was normal. It's as I walked through life that I found out that I was actually quite intelligent, because I was always coming top three. And again, maybe because my mom wasn't around, I needed to prove my point or prove myself. I don't know. But I became a Christian early. I contacted Christianity as a born-again Christian as a teenager. I think for me that became the revolution. God became my revolution, because my dad was there and was not there. Being a diplomat and eventually being an executive in many organizations, chairman of John Holt, and doing a whole lot of things as a leader. Not just leader as a dad. He also had to also take responsibility for his community and his cousins, his relatives. In short, my father was playing God in the lives of many. So he wasn't really available as a dad, but he also did his duty of expressing how much he could express. But as a typical African, I don't think he could express as much as he should, and he should have taken some stance that he shouldn't have allowed, the things that were happening within the home. And so I grew up on one side with a low self-esteem. I didn't really understand that it was a low self-esteem, but it was, because as I grew older, I could understand that even when people tell me that I'm beautiful, I am fine, I'll look at them and say, this one wants to sleep with me. That's why he's expressing the fact. So, but I focused on my education. I focused on my Christianity. I made my silly mistakes as teenagers, but I was so focused. If there's anything that my life counts for, is that I was a focused child. I was not careless with my life. My siblings could not understand my seriousness. I was a very serious child. I did not, when I make mistakes, I chastise myself. I don't wait for people to chastise me. And I think I grew up with that. So I also had a philosophy of the fact that I didn't want to be dual. What you see is what you get. And I didn't want to be a hypocrite. If anything I hated as growing up as a child were backstabbers, biters, and hypocrites. And I had a lot of that within my family background. As a polygamous home, you expect that. Different wives, different camps, different children, and different ways. Everybody trying to take sides. But because I was the only child of my mom for my dad, I didn't take sides. So I also had that as a philosophy. I never take sides. I must hear from all parties. And people hate that. because they expect me to lean towards them because
let's go.
about someone. And I said, no, let's call someone up. And let's settle the matter. We're supposed to be Christians, so let's settle the matter. So people didn't really like coming to me to talk because they know I won't gossip. I don't slander. I tell you, if I don't have the assurance to tell you upfront, I will not say it. If I say it, I will say it very subtly, but I cannot boldly just bring someone down. And that's part of my philosophy. I never do it. I confront issues, even now boldly, more boldly, because over the years, as I grew up in Christianity, I started leadership early. By the time I was in secondary school, I was already a leader in fellowship, and also more so I was head girl. Because of that focused girl child and also my intelligence, I was head.
My name is Dr. Rafiu Oladipo.
My name is Baba Jalal Repega.
I'm Reverend Juliet Benitie.
I'm Godio Didi.
My name is Professor Oladokun Sulaiman Olarawaju.
Souq News is on the ground, loading.
Very enlightening, very educative, and entertaining.
Thank you to Souq News.
So I'm happy that Souq TV has come into existence.
I'm happy to be here in the Souq News.
I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and keep watching news that makes sense.
As Browning said, one's extension of one's reach should not exceed one's grasp, or what is heaven for? And I think Souq News is doing that.
Africa needs a voice of truth, and Souq News has become one of them. And get ready, get ready, get ready.
And keep watching.
Keep watching Souq News.
Keep watching Souq News. It's a place to be.
Keep watching